Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus 7 Day Challenge, and today we have Sea Scouts. This is a 1939 animated short featuring Donald Duck and his nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And this is, he's in his element, he's on the water, and he kind of sees himself as more than his normal sailor suit kind of looking Donald Duck. He's got a admiral's hat on, I believe. I don't know about the attire of your normal seafaring captain, but it seems like a throwback to an earlier time, not necessarily the modern 1939 era of the Navy. We had a Navy. We didn't have an Air Force yet. We had a Navy. Anyway, he's out there, and he's got his nephews. I think they're the Sea Scouts. They're just his crew running the ship and making sure things are running correctly. He's, of course, always a little bit more irritable. He's a little bit more... He wants everything to look shipshape and run smoothly. Of course, he sees a random bird, which you'd think he'd have more in common with them, but he sees a random bird perching high up in the crow's nest area and gets a little nervous and has to step aside for fear of, they don't say it, but it's a poop joke. He's afraid of getting pooped on. So that's kind of unusual. But I imagine it elicited laughter in the theater when it was played, probably in front of another larger Disney production, or as part of a series of shorts as people used to watch back in the day. This is, by the way, directed by Dick Lundy, and of course Clarence Nash is doing the voice of Donald Duck. From that era, he was the voice. I'm not going to go too far into detail on this because it's only 8 minutes long. It's 1939, 8 minutes long. If I talk too much, it breaks the reason as to why you'd even watch the short if I tell you everything. But he comes into conflict with a number of different situations. No less than an actual shark. I'm not sure what type of shark it is, but he looks mean. And can Donald go up against a shark that looks like it's ready to take down him and his crew and the whole ship? You'll have to watch to find out. And as I say, every single time we get one of these classic shorts here, I encourage everybody to please go check out the shorts. I haven't watched all of them yet myself because I have this series, and I like to have it, picked out for me from time to time. And I plan to see every short by the time this series is done. They add a few here and there every few months, which is nice. We'll never get all of them, unfortunately, but some things cannot survive the test of time, or culture or anything else. But this one is definitely just full-on Donald Duck. At least he's not like battling. You know how Pluto's always seems to be battling Chip and Dale constantly? Well, Donald pretty much battles anybody that comes across his path. He has fought Chip and Dale as well. So either way, this is, please, when I say watch the classics, why should we bother watching all the classics? Because you wouldn't have any of this. You wouldn't have Disney Plus. You wouldn't have the Disney parks. You wouldn't have all the fun merchandise and t-shirts and toys and pins and all the stuff you get as a Disney fan. Yeah, you wouldn't have access to all that stuff if it wasn't for these classic characters in these classic cartoons. Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Pluto, Minnie, Daisy, Clarabelle, Pete, all of them. Take some time, pick a rainy, spring afternoon, winter at some point, if it's winter now, but pick a day. Maybe the kids, whatever. You can fall asleep just watching them if you want to, but it's always good to understand the classics, because without Walt and all these characters that he and Ub and Iwerks and so many others had created and built, and Clarence Nash provided the voice of, without all them, we wouldn't have any of this. If people didn't go to the movies to see cartoons like this before there was such a thing as television or the internet to watch streaming services, we would not have Disneyland. We would not have Disney World and parks around the country, around the world to enjoy as fans of these iconic characters. So check out the classics and understand where it all came from. That's my preachy message for today. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 58. What do we got? 58. Okay. It's another documentary, but I cannot tell exactly what it's about just by looking at it. It could be another disaster type thing that like we did just the other day. I mean, we've had so many Huey, Dewey, and Louie things. We had the DuckTales thing the other day. We just had yesterday the Texas Hurricane Imelda documentary kind of thing. Well, this is Destruction Decoded. I don't know what it's decoding, which kind of destruction, but maybe it's a series, maybe it's a single thing. I don't know. We'll find out when we watch Destruction Decoded on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.